Alright, I've got my notes, so hopefully I can be more efficient with this. I am clunky with the hotkeys, so bear with me, but off we go. And speed up for a moment. So it's a long time to burn the smoke out, so careful with that. Wait to, draw his fire and get back out there. And then, this is pretty textbook. I think you caught a glimpse of him there, actually, on the corner of the eye. Good ideas. Thinking to get back and help Justin, because all the guys were there. Justin's perspective. So, before the initial fighting, it's good work for Justin to get out there and keep fighting. But it's pretty. I'm able to be aware, watching her back, moving up, taking the aggressive position so that if they are following him, he's ready. As for the other group, you get a little lucky, but to brush out there, get the kill. Careful when you're checking the tape that you're not exposing yourself, but good job, committing, or not committing, peeking, going back and forth, drawing this fire, making start up, head on a swivel and ready for that guy to come through the smoke. It's pretty successful all around. Watch Surge seem a little unsure about where you're going and checking your corner when we're the ones here. Classic fumbling with nades as you peek. And then, we could probably be better coordinated on that kind of filtering smokes, but easy peasy. That was nothing super special from my perspective. I'm gonna get in the habit of pausing this and pausing the recording, checking the notes, and I'll be back. Alright, we should be back at it. So, good job, being quiet, moving up mid here, and checking your spots. If you hear that guy mid, it sounds like you do, but an awkward spot, jumping around as he's approaching the door, so just wait for that. Easy enough. Let's watch someone else. I think my contribution's pretty limited here. I think I'm just scouting mid and don't do much more than distract. Yeah, whiffing on shots. Oh, that's supposed to work out. Just speed it up. Yeah, man, drawn his fire out. Shouldn't much. Looks like all the action is over in the tunnels. Well, what's George do? So, personally, I'm not a huge fan of trying to hold through that crack. If we just go back to that. So, this for me, it's just, unless you're opping and you have a one-shot potential. Like, more than likely, they're just going to see you as they cross either across the doors or through the doors. I think it's more helpful to play over to the right here. I can't move around while it's paused, but over to the right there in cars. If they're coming up, you'll hear them running. If they're not running, you're probably still going to have the jump on them because they've got a few places to check as they come through here. You can hang out over here and just, crouch a little bit, pop up, crouch, pop up, and catch them off guard that way. But I think you do actually hear him approaching when you throw this smoke, and that's where you kind of freak out a little bit. It's kind of an unorthodox place to throw smoke, so all that you've done is kind of announce that you're there. You get away with it. He almost does get you with the USP. Jumping over to Kevin and Justin. So yeah, being on your own, good job not committing, being ready. You hear him, but you're peeking back and forth a bunch. I mean, you knew it was coming from the right. Same thing, you hear these footsteps. I'm not sure if you don't hear them or if you are worried someone else is lurking. And Justin, good job having his back there, being ready to get that crossfire. And then, yeah, Justin, he's just so good. He runs in first with the bomb and no backup because that's our dad. All right, I think this one goes a little sideways, fortunately. Yes. All right. So, first of all, this flash is a very good flash. Something that we should keep in mind for ourselves. Actually, let's watch it from his perspective.
Deploying flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Yeah, the fact that he watched this is pretty ridiculous, but just to take a second, throw the flash, it pops into the spot. We were
Deploying flashbang.
Bad nade for me, awesome, just gotta say. But the scout here in tunnels is just rough. Like, we gotta be able to protect the scout or the op that's watching looking towards sight, because all I see is dude's head popping up and down, and it goes pretty wrong. What I do, let's see, it's got me freaking out here. He does a good job of tucking back down there. We've done no damage to him. George's nade, I think that hit a wall or something. But what I end up doing here next is not helpful either, because I get ants in my pants and decide I want to peek tunnels and, do better to whoop my ass. So it was a rough one. Back to normal speed. Not sure, George, where you're, what you're considering, but this is part of why we need to be decisive, because all you do is enter yourself into a sticky situation when it's kind of a lost cause. My bad.
Fire in the hole! Throwing flashbang. Throwing a Molotov.
When I died, we need to be more coordinated here, because Mitch is lower tunnels, and you turn and run,
Throwing flashbang.
which all it does is, yeah, get you hurt,
Throwing smoke.
you're freaking out, throwing all your nades. Actually, when you're here, even
Throwing flashbang.
when you are rotating through spawn, I mean, you just gotta get further away, but even
Throwing
as you throw
flashbang.
this, you move back towards him, he gets another glimpse at you. Like, just get back, hug the wall, and avoid that mess. And then, yeah, this is, you ultimately just
Throwing smoke.
try to catch up back with the action, and you're running with your knife out, you're making tons of noise. Kevin hasn't cleared the angle. He's peeking it with you. So why you got your knife out at him, I don't think you even know. And then I think, yeah, we got Kevin and Mitch. What happened with you guys? So, yeah, honestly, like, I think some of our normal default setups should be something like this. If there's 2 of us, 3 of us in tunnels, maybe even 4, I think Mitch was lower tunnels for a while. You know, for you to be watching the backside is totally good. I'm hearing his footsteps through the slow motion here, so you should be ready for him, and don't need to be, you know, checking back mid. You know, Mitch is there. He should let you know when he dies. But
Throwing a
yeah,
Molotov.
back to full speed. So you hear him coming, and this is something that I don't totally recommend, because all you're doing is giving him, I mean, he misses it. All you're doing is giving him the chance to peek you, because you hear him coming. You totally have the advantage on him. He's got to come out here. He's got to check that. He should be checking that and that also. And when you are all the way back here, that gives him the opportunity to do that. You know, he gets to look here and here and here, and he's fine. And if you are there, maybe by the barrels, or if you're even, you know, here, ready to catch him right as he pops out, you know, he should be looking over there. And what he fucks up, he just doesn't even think to look for you. And that's on him. I mean, you can expect to be challenged. And then, as far as, as far as your aim, we'll go back to full speed. You hear him running, so you can give yourself a buffer, you know, aim further out, knowing that his full speed is going to bring him out faster, because as you saw in the slow motion, you missed the first shots, had to chase him. So nice and easy with the MP7, but you know I'm getting that. Mitch, again, good job creeping up here. It's dangerous, especially in later rounds when they have money. Kicking that, you know, you're gonna get that. Good job walking up here and trying to help out in tunnels, but George leaves, and you bail out.
Throwing flashbang.
I think if you, would have stuck around, worked with George, we could have gotten a pick or 2 at B, but that actually, maybe that's why we were confused. So, this guy's footsteps. After all that shooting, you hear that guy run away, you hear that shooting. That's not us, that's George. So all this noise, all the footsteps, you hear him running, you hear him shooting, like you should hopefully be calling that. I'm not sure why you're looking forward, but you heard the M4 guy here that we're seeing. I don't know how to turn X-rays off. Is bind slot 12? Like, what the fuck do I have that bound to? But yeah, you unfortunately gave yourself away. Good job getting the dink on him, but the Galil was it's not the gun we needed for the job. I'm looking at my notes, sorry. Yeah, I think ultimately, Mitch, just a matter of communicating there, because they weren't that far with you, and so you were making good progress forward, but you still need to be able to take the fights together. They were going catwalk, you were going mid. Not sure if you were trying to go to A, but you heard plenty of action still behind you, so it's just a matter of recognizing that and communicating it in the moment. Alright, we're back in the action.
Let's make this a quick one. Decoy.
So, this was a mistake for me to throw the bomb there. It's an awkward place to do it. And then, good job being ready for the push. But this was me being foolish. I think, Kevin C. So I foolishly assumed that you would have seen the guy go in quick if he made it. But yeah, you didn't even see that. Jeez, when I go running in there, like, that's just on me. I gotta be ready for the hit. I honestly have been a little more since then. What Kevin, the rest of what's going on here, yeah, good job. Oh wait, oh, I'm looking at the wrong notes. So good job getting the pitch, that guy pushing, and not following me to die, because yeah, like that pit angle is really tough. I think we just got to practice it, be ready for it, and maybe have someone swing wide, be ready for the trade. But that's not what happened. The smoke you threw. That was a pretty good smoke. If you wanted, you could hang out here, and yeah, like you heard him reload. You could walk out here, get positions, get ready to take long A with Mitch. But yeah, you fell out of there, and then. So, moving forward a little bit here. Good job being patient, waiting for this, and then as we move forward, so you don't need to check back anymore, we got it covered. Watching lower while Mitch waits for the fire. You know, it's good teamwork. He's probably creeping up to get there with him because he's now on an island, and then he dies, and you're not there to trade him. But you didn't commit with the bomb. Oh wait, who died? Oh, George died. So, you know, you're making a lot of noise, hurt him, good reaction. I've noticed you've been planting there in the past. I think you have a tendency to plant it like there, maybe in here. You know, always be thinking about where you can defend it from, where you came from, so where it should be safe. Because then tucking back there, I'm not a huge fan. I think you can plant it out here. This is super playable from tunnels. Definitely out here, also super playable from tunnels. You kind of do it in between, where you could be it could be diffused from over here, and then the guy tunnels can't, you know, get there too easily. You do eventually relocate. It's a better spot. Mitch goes down, and Justin's watching the tunnel itself. Now he comes back, so good job, you know, being ready for him. Justin was there to help you. Good play in the end. So that's gonna go way back. So I guess let's watch Mitch next, because he was part of this. So I think my biggest note on this round, and that was just a glimpse of it, is just some tendencies of yours in general, Mitch. You're like moving back and forth a lot. Were you watching mid? Are you going to go help that cat? Or sorry, help that long. Getting the bomb, that's good. But we don't need it yet. And then, yeah, here you are committing to cat. Kevin pretty quickly bails out of there. Yeah, he's throwing a smoke. And so, in this moment, you've given up mid. We have no clue what could be happening there, and that actually bites us in the ass in the later round. Yeah, the bomb was back far enough. You don't need to pick it up. You didn't need to pick it up at this point. Could have left it. Keep watching mid. Well, let me just read what my notes say. You're responsible for controlling mid, so don't worry what's happening long until we're both dead and they're pushing you. We get a kill and you turn to follow us, but then you stop. Then I die and you go back for the bomb. We haven't made any progress yet because, I mean, I shouldn't have brought the bomb way back where it was, but you could leave it. So we don't want to commit long to a 2v, the one guy that killed me, plus we don't know what else. And then you've given up mid. In the meantime, you've come back here. Thankfully, it's still clear. But then you take one last longing look at double doors when Kevin's got it covered. I don't know if I missed that already while I was reading, but fact remains. On to what's happening now. You're standing very out in the open with the smoke. I know it's still, you know, it seems even longer in slow-mo, but let's watch it. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the stream. You know, you're like lining this shit up. You hear this guy and there's the fire, so good job being patient here at the smoke, or at the fire, because your smoke lasts 15 seconds, the fire's only 7. And a little bit dangerous making that move without Kevin. You're exposed to a few places, you're peeking out, showing your gun. This guy's making noise. I wouldn't be surprised if the guy capped out. heard Kevin and decided to peek, and you're right there. But yeah, my notes again, you're looking back and forth a lot where you move the cat or you're watching tunnels, can't do both. Similarly, you know these guys are here ready to attack you and running at you, and there's just a lot of looking around, back and forth, here, this spot, where take a spot and then set up. And then, even then, you catch a glimpse of him, and you commit further forward. You we got the information we needed. Tuck back, hide over here, make him come out here and fight you. If Kevin was playing differently, he might be up in the window, ready to get him while he's coming to chase you down. That kind of thing. I think Justin's the only one we haven't watched, so and George too. So this is a long round, a lot of notes.
Cover this area. All right.
Now there's a cat in here.
Flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
What the heck? So, I think ultimately my notes are going to be about George here. Let me slow it down. I'm guessing we slow played this so much because of the last round. Justin got the kill. So I'm not, I guess I'm not sure why he's leaving, but that'll be a different issue. What happens to George?
Smoking.
Okay, yeah, so you just leave him. Oh, this cat is in my business. So, I'm sure I called Pitt a long time ago. We had no clue what happened since then. You didn't check that corner. That's dangerous. You check this one, so that's good, but in doing so, you're exposed. That pit position's just, I feel like the best way to handle it, we gotta come out here, we gotta, check the corner, check that, and then really we need two people, or you need to be certain that he's not behind you, so that you can swing out and just fight him right away. If there's someone there, you're pretty fucked, but I think really it's a two-person job. So back to Justin. Knowing that guy's pit, getting the and then Kevin got that guy. Mitch has CT covered, so back to B we go. Almost caught a glimpse of him there. And then, this is ultimately holding site, or holding tunnels. Holding tunnels. When Mitch got that kill, he still could have gone lower, but then once he threw that nade, we knew that he was coming through the doors, and be ready to help Kevin. Good job. Your life's not out to get you. Oh, gotta pause it. Pausing, and... Alright. Well, my notes say it's a B rush, so I'm sure it goes perfectly.
Let's go, let's go.
Watching order of who goes in first.
Throwing flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
So you move fire. That's pretty awesome.
I'm throwing flashbang.
I
Throwing
really hate
flashbang.
it puts me through
Let's go.
everyone. Guess I'm gonna have to do this in slow motion.
Throwing flashbang.
This is my standard flash. I haven't touched it up lately.
Throwing flashbang.
Where's that pop? I don't think it was them.
Let's go, let's go. Deploying flashbang. I'm throwing flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
Way too high. Maybe I need to right and left click it, but even still, where these guys are, I don't know how long they're ever going to be. So it's also good to know these up close positions are safer. Notes about myself.
I'm throwing a flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
Again, I think recently we've learned to smoke. Very slow bullets. But Mitch didn't stand much of a chance. The fire was way too deep. They must have had 2 fires. It's not really he did a good job of taking cover while he reloaded. So, looks like heaven is missed. Nope. 2 shots at Mitch, but he's not an issue anymore. Good job getting the kill.
Throwing fire.
Yeah, I mean, I was the only one who was looking to smoke the fire and get out there. Obviously you need to reload, but well, maybe you didn't, I don't know. Awesome, yeah, great kills. What you see is what you get. So my last comment here is just something I've noticed is your tendency to throw smokes too deep. That smoke should be here. It's not, to favor it coming through it. I'm sure they'd still be a little bit obscured, but it's definitely too deep. Who's the last one? And I was wrong. The B rush worked perfectly. Should do it more often. I should look at the cloud maybe that help me figure out who's next in order of my clicking. So Justin, knowing that me pushing out there, he's got to go out there. He didn't necessarily get the kills, but with Kevin's help, definitely did. And then, yeah, he knows his job. To clear that guy long, I'm sure George called the dude with still tunnels to turn on him. My notes to Justin, taking a little longer than Taking a little longer than you need to plan with all the utility. The smoke was good, was flash. The smart nade was unnecessary. Is that enough for Justin? Yeah, I feel like... Oh. No, it's enough for Kevin. Yeah. Okay. So let's get that really quick. So, yeah, you throw the smoke, you throw the flash was good, knowing that he was hit with it, but then yeah, you like stop, throw the nade, just get out there and plant. Justin's got it covered. And George. Good fire, that pushed him back. It's actually good to know that if you throw it on the top ledge there, it spreads the way it does, because I definitely like throw it against the wall and then it probably goes even farther down the wall, and that's a pretty quick way to get it going. So with us pushing onto site and actually having success, you want to use the range of the AK. Getting up close, I mean, Bison, whatever SMG, it's just more awkward than if you were to get back. You could have been, after you threw the fire, you could have still been playing here, could have been playing here. You're not exposed to be, if we were to be struggling, but to go after him, it's definitely riskier, and it didn't turn out. Now he's got your AK.
Throwing a flashbang.
Alright, so this round, unfortunately, is infuriating to me. If it's the one I think it is. So I'm trying to get out of here. I'm really hurt. And I don't know why we're feeding the dude. I guess I'm gonna take it one at a time. So we got in trouble. Justin, you were obviously covering me. I'll give you your credit here. But after I was lit up, I'm trying to get out of there. You know, I think we didn't even trade. You know, we got the kill. We don't need to force the issue. You know, going in here without any utility, without a teammate. That sucks. Kevin, definitely need to have your gun out for that type of trade. Good flash though, supposedly. So then this exact same situation as the round I described before. Like, I'm not sure, Mitch, why you are coming back. It's been a clusterfuck. Your responsibility is watching mid, and especially as I'm leaving, like, come on. I'm getting myself out of the shit storm, and we just run right past each other and I ran into the guy you were supposed to be watching, and then he kills you, which is pretty
Throwing smoke.
frustrating. George, you get stuck in a shitty situation here. Looks like you get one kill.
Throwing fire. Deploying flashbang.
Yeah. That flashbang, I don't know if you were dozing off, but you definitely saw it. Even if it like bounced off the wall first. Yeah, this situation is a mess. You have the good chance right here for the kill, but unfortunately, he just gets out of there. And then the issue then becomes you start spazzing with your grenades. And you get tunnel vision on the fact that you were fighting that guy and he was over to the left, because in the end here you just neglect to consider the doors at all. You're already swinging right past it. I don't know if you're, I mean, let's watch it one time, but yeah, he's not whoops. He's not there immediately when you look, but I get the sense that you are turning left, yeah, past it, really considering it, and unfortunately get punished. Alright, I'm going to try and do something a little different with how I talk about this round. So, yeah, we're definitely confused to start the round. That's not great, but here we are.
Deploying flashbang. Fire no!
So, sorry, there's a cat's ass in my face. He needs to leave. Alright, so over here, I think it starts with Mitch showing up late because of our general, what's the word? Our general indecision back at spawn.
Throwing fire.
And gets flashed as a result. So, I mean, again, just kind of knowing the timing of when we're getting places, we can't be surprised if
Deploying flashbang.
they're already making moves. You know, you're looking right at it, you jump right into it, you're right out in the open. It's just a dangerous situation, and you get, I'm surprised he didn't hit you there, but you get tagged a little bit for it. George fucked up the nade. So obviously you had committed to that idea initially, but that would have been a time that I think it would have been fine for you to double up with me. I could have pushed up against the wall here, but just to prevent yourself from being exposed, you ran all the way across that and you took the damage. You do get a kill in tunnels, so god damn it all.
Throwing flashbang.
Speed up to that. Make sure you're committing forward with me. You do that little stutter step, and if I'm out here already and getting shot, you've put yourself a second back. Okay, so you heard him out there. Around. You're backing off, and you heard him making moves. You heard his footsteps in the tunnel itself. You've given up the distance that your Mag-10 is, you know, better suited for. And then you go back to challenge him. Obviously do a good job of killing him here eventually. But again, you kind of turned away. You're running away. If you're gonna back away from him, you know, back away from him and make sure to keep an eye on him. Because I've got my thing handled. There's no route behind me. You gotta just trust that. Do it. Yeah, you move around a bunch before you decide here, and good job peeking out on him, hearing his footsteps, and getting him. That said, yeah, it seems like you didn't hear that guy. Probably, you know, obviously focus on what's happening. That shotgun is definitely not us. And then there he is. When you make a bunch of noise chasing him down and checking tunnels, it's the last guy. I think you're just not taking a step. You know, just recognize what's happening. And then this is when your call was, he's through spawn, and that comes back to bite me. But let's move back to what's happening on the other side of the map.
Guys, I tell you, we kill them all.
Or actually, watch my perspective.
Throwing fire. Throwing a flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
So, you know, I heard it bouncing around.
Fire in the hole.
I knew that there's the possibility it might peek out the last second, so I had looked away. Same with the nade. I was trying to save myself if it was going to hurt me. I hear him run around lower tunnels, so we can start making moves. Someone else might have walked in. He might have
Throwing flashbang.
run away, walked back. We don't know. So, checking corners. There's one behind me that I would be hoping that you'd check. Mitch. Hearing footsteps. Trying to get there. Definitely too slow. Eventually got the trade. Trade on him. And this is where I know that guy's chasing me. And was just running away from him. And that's where, yeah, I should have known based on that glimpse that he was definitely not through spawn. He was way back. Yeah, played that all wrong. Back to the other side of the map.
Throwing flashbang.
So, that's been sitting here.
Deploying flashbang.
Slow it down. So, this, Kevin,
Fire in the hole.
similar to what I was talking about before. You hiding back here and not even like here at the door or at the corner is just baiting Justin. It's not setting you up for a good trade, because if someone comes out here, they see him, they shoot him in the back, and you were, you know, tucked back there. So it does look like you step up, but then you start ducking back, you start looking away. It's your job to make sure that Justin doesn't get shot in the back. You can play it from over here. They'd have to come out of decent ways to see Justin, but keep that in mind.
Throwing flashbang.
Looking at Justin. So it seems like a decent smoke. I guess, you know, they can see you from back there, which always happens. And then you and George are flip-flopped here. Again, Kevin, like, you gotta be, but yeah, this should be flip-flopped. I feel like Justin should be here. He's got the longer angle. George should be here for when someone pushes. Justin starts shooting at him. He can duck back. George can pick it up. But instead, you find yourself out there on your own, and you die. Got killed by Justin, but gets traded. Kevin, at that point, is more appropriately holding the angle. So then I get that trade. Call it a trade, even though it happened much later. Yeah, my last comment. Yeah, Kevin, you were watching appropriately. Here's this guy lurking, but with George going down, Justin starting to peek out. Yeah, if you could be out there to trade with him, that wouldn't be the worst. And then yeah, you decide to take it on your shoulders to push mid, checking corners. But I think, did we know he was there? Let's just see it real time. Did you catch a glimpse of him? No. Okay, so that's what yeah, just a little misjudging of the distance. Oof. So then you finish it up from Mitch's perspective. Yeah, after you cut that glimpse of him, like, walk it out. You give yourself. He would have probably known you were in lower tunnels because of his teammates' calls, but you running through there is pretty distinct. You know, you hear the different footstep sounds. You hear when you're on the stone. You hear when you're on the gravel. So he was ready for you.
Bomb has been planted. Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. Nice.
Alright, to the next round. Alright, this is the last, well, this is going to be the last one of this video. This match went 24 rounds, so this is the third waypoint. We'll call it intermission. Hockey game. So we're making quick moves towards B. Mitch and I. My comments are this is awkward and shitty in tunnels. So this flash again, really good. I did a good job to dodge it, but just my timing, getting back and forth by the wall just didn't quite work out. Caught a glimpse of him,
Decoys out.
and I think I must nade him because Mitch did so much work. Nope,
Throwing
he
flashbang.
runs away. Go full. Yeah, so I was able to finish off Mitch's guy. Cool. What are the rest of y'all doing? My notes about Justin, fine, patient play it long, but with where the bomb went down, that might have been the circuitous route, and gaining control through mid, through the door is obviously tough. So I think the bomb went down in tunnels, and then you and George go wrapping all the way around. and it doesn't work out. So let's go back to what happened in the tunnels.
Let's make this Reyes
Then
raid.
that you do good work on this guy. Dodge the flash. He's already thrown a flash. There's no mark on the ground. So this is a pretty good play to get up here as quickly as you do. And hitting so many times. Yeah, I guess I see why you fell back. I noticed that you could have chased him, but you probably would have run yourself into those bullets.
Decoys out.
And moving forward, just go down here in a moment. My notes, you get caught moving forward and backward on this guy. Yep. And moving side to side is definitely preferable, so you're taking those extra steps forward when back and forth, you'd be changing elevation. It's easier to counter-strafe back and forth because it's another finger rather than W and S, S and W. Like, shit, I don't even know if I guess I could much more easily hit the brakes than trying to step forward if I was backing up. But yeah, just a little too much of an overcommitment considering how we were getting owned in tunnels. Let's watch Kevin trying to watch this angle for us. You played it right, dodged the flash, and then, yeah, just a little too much movement at the end there. I'm not sure exactly how your aim went awry, but yeah, my biggest suggestion is you see him take a few shots. If you don't kill him immediately, I know what's forward. That's relevant. Take a few shots. He's way back there. You touch behind the pillar. He would need to commit forward if he's going to get our friends, From back here, there's a narrow gap, but there's a pillar of our own to play behind. So for you to take those shots, make him miss, he's got to think about, is he reloading, is he committing forward, those things. You get the easy back and forth here. If he's super aggressive and he comes pushing out, that does get a little tougher, but at that moment, you just were, you had committed yourself way out here, and with your aim going awry, it was an easy kill for him. George, you were fucked by the time you went to B. They probably knew where you were. You come to B? What?
Flashbang. Throwing fire.
They probably knew where you were, but entering tunnels with the Glock is the better option. Best case scenario, you could shot the full health guy, but then you still need to pull. Oh, that's at the very end. That's at the very end. So let's skip forward. So you two work up together. The bomb's all the way in tunnels. So 45 seconds here. So yeah, like, I know you're just low on self-esteem, and possibilities here, but to be especially xenophobia, but entering with the scout is just always, it's never going to work. Best case scenario, you get the headshot on one, but you get cleaned out by the other one. So as much as it sucks, well, you know, you give yourself away with heavy footsteps. But if with the Glock, there's at least the chance that you might get a kill and turn on the other. The scout, you know, you get one kill, you're not going to pull out the other before you get finished off. Most likely.
Counter-terrorists win.
Justin went down at the mid door. Ooh. This guy just played it. He had the shotgun, played the distance. You were making it obvious that they could move up on you, and it worked out. Alright, well, that's going to be the last round of this installment. But on that note, talk to you guys later.